and welcome. My name is Deandra Reviews, and I am opening up your third eye chakra because this ASMR Reiki movie review is dedicated to reimagination, and I am reviewing West Side Story, out December 10th. In tarot, 10 means culmination. It means the end of one chapter, the start of a new. And in West Side Story, it can be said that that is what all the characters want. But the point is, do they have the vision for it? And that was a theme that I didn't expect to see or come away with when watching what I want to say is a reimagination of West Side Story. Because remake feels like you're redoing something. But this didn't feel like the same West Side Story. Open, 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 open. For this West Side Story, I felt like Steven Spielberg, he's amazing. And I actually was a little bit nervous. As a Puerto Rican woman, there's a weird relationship a lot of Puerto Ricans can have with West Side Story. Yes, it is representation, but how it represents us, does it do the best job? No. Rita Moreno was the only Latina in the cast, the only Puerto Rican actually in the cast. She won the Oscar. There's a complicated relationship with this movie because it is a classic. It is a stunning musical. It's one of my favorite musicals. But whether or not it shows us is where people feel divided. The community feels divided. And what I loved about West Side Story 2021 is that it does try to make amends for that. I like that a lot of the songs are rearranged. They're put in different places. America has nicer lyrics about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. Has nicer lyrics. And I think what it showed in terms of Puerto Rico and an overall theme for all the characters is that you don't leave home because you hate it. On the contrary, the Sharks, the Puerto Ricans, Las Boricuas, they love Puerto Rico. They loved living in their home. But it's hard when you have to choose between your home and your dreams. It feels tragic to know that the place you love living in is not the place where you can dream in. And that's kind of the theme for the Jets as well. For Anita, Maria, they're the dreamers of everyone. They are wide-eyed and they are excited. Rachel Zegler does an amazing cinematic debut. Ariana DeBose is so warm as Anita. They have so much hope, which is why they become your favorite characters. Everybody feels down and angry and hateful and hated. And they're just like, nuh-uh, nobody's going to take away my dream. No one's going to take away my ability to want, to dream about dreaming. Because that's what prejudice does. It takes away your very capacity to dream. It's not just it takes away your dreams. You don't even think you can dream. And there's so many prejudices in this world. Racism, sexism, classism. And it's funny in that it's not funny. Bernardo played so beautifully by David Alvarez, beautifully in acting and in face. And Mike faced as Riff. The original didn't bring out how much these two characters had in common, how tragically they were connected, and both feeling so hopeless. There's this line Ansel Elgort's Tony says, which is, they fight so hard to stay in place because they don't believe there's anywhere else for them. And it hit me like a bell, that line. That's what hopelessness is. That's what depression is. You're fighting to stay in sadness because you don't believe there's any other happier place. There's no place for hope. Hope is useless. This is all I've known, hopelessness, sadness. It's kind of crazy how we can be so protective of our depressions. We really can be. And we don't like to say it. We don't like to say it, but we can be. It's like our darkness protects itself and tries to make us darker. Because by making us think there's no light to us, there's no point to our own lightness. Why build our lightness, our light, our happiness, our joy, our love, if someone else can take it? And that's what's so refreshing about Ariana DeBose's Anita. No matter how dark things get, no one can take her light. No one. Because why shouldn't I feel joy? Why shouldn't I feel hope? Why shouldn't I? Yes, I left my home. Yes, I'm in this place that treats me like I shouldn't even have a home. But I want to be a seamstress. I want a luxury apartment. I want to be with Bernardo and I want to be happy. Why not? Why not? Why can't I be happy? Not just safe, not just rich, happy. And Mike Face and Bernardo, what I felt was so in common about them both and their performances were that for however much these characters fight for what they have, it's like Tony says, they feel like they have nothing. It's like they're the most protective men for their heir. Yeah, it's a strange hypocrisy to feel like you have nothing, yet be so protective over that nothing. I feel the world hates me. I know the world hates me. I don't have anything. I don't own anything. And yet I'm fighting over territory that is being taken by luxury apartment real estate agents. They're not even my enemy. You know? The sharks aren't my enemy. The jets are my enemy. The wealthy are my enemy. And yet I'm fighting them. I'm fighting them because they're next to me. And I don't know where to find this, luxury condo owner. Sometimes it's easier to fight our neighbor than our king. We may resent our king for living over us, but he lives over us. Where do we find him? I can't reach him. And that was what was so sad. They had so much in common in their depression, yet it manifested in their anger and hatred for the other. And I never saw it like that. And in that sense, I felt like, I'm going to brush your aura for this part. Brush away all the negativity, all the hatred you may have towards another. Let it go, let it go, let it go, so you don't feel misguided, so you don't feel unguided, so you don't put yourself in danger, thinking that you should put someone else in danger, thinking that your fear justifies why you should become terrifying to others. No. Justifies why you should become scary. No. You should not be scary. You should be self-loving. And that's what Bernardo forgot. For all that he loved Anita, for all that he loved Maria. And even Riff, for all that he loved Tony. They hated their situations. They hated how they were being treated. They hated being chased. It gave me such tremendous compassion for these characters because so many scenes were written, so many new dialogues, monologues, and I just saw the humanity of everyone. I couldn't believe it. I didn't expect it. And that's why the film kind of felt more like Shakespearean. People forget that West Side Story was actually based on Romeo and Juliet. And obviously Maria is Juliet, Tony is Romeo, Riff is Mercutio. And it's interesting because I think one of the characters that, I don't know if it hit everybody as much as I did, because I was in this packed theater and it was riveting to see everybody kind of shocked how good it was, because West Side Story is a classic no matter how you feel about it. And though I loved the score for the movie better and the choreography better, I have to say the movie as a whole, 2021, is better. Because you get to meet the characters and you get this real Shakespearean feel for who they are, how lost they are. I mean, Romeo and Juliet is technically, first of all, it happens within 5 days. It's two 15-year-olds. It's about gang violence, a part of rival gangs. And you have to ask yourself, why would these two teenagers that only met each other, I mean, within a day they're in love, by the 5th day, they're dead. What about their life before they met each other would make them so eager to escape it? You know? So desperate to leave it. And then they're surrounded by other teenagers that are surrounded by violence. Why are they so desperate to keep it when they're as frustrated? And I just never saw things like that. I love when a movie makes me rethinking philosophy, rethinking themes. It was like I was reading the book again as an older woman, and I was like, whoa, things are hitting me here. Yeah. I mean, first of all, he made it so romantic. I forgot how romantic West Side Story is. It is romantic. You just feel Tony and Maria's love. Even Riff and Graziella, they have moments of like, oh, you guys are cute together. Anita and Bernardo. You feel the juxtaposition between love and hate. And I was really happy to see, and this is where I wonder how everybody else reacted, or you will react, and you will feel free to leave a comment. As I saw everybody kind of cry again at certain death scenes and laugh at new scenes, I was shocked at how much one of my favorite characters was Chino, played by Jose Rivera. I was shocked because I remember when my best friend got the role of Chino, and he was so mad because Chino is, he's the bad guy. He's the mindless bad guy, right? That's how he's treated in the original. He's not given any depth. He's just the random Puerto Rican that ends Tony and Maria's love affair. And you're just like, there has to, people... I think the most beautiful thing about musicals and the most frustrating thing about them is how they oversimplify humanity. And on one hand, it can make the things so majestic. I'm going to spritz you with some lavender water, okay? Feel that. Because this is all about reimagination. Musicals have a way of oversimplifying humanity so that you feel uplifted, 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 uplifted. But sometimes it can be frustrating because you're like, there's more feelings than that. It can make a musical, a good musical like West Side Story, can make you feel so much that you want to feel more. It can make sentiments, emotions rich, that you want it to be richer. Go deeper, go deeper. Go deeper into these characters. And sometimes this is where a movie comes in. A movie can do better. It has more chance. A musical, I mean, my God, we have to sing. We have to plug it into a chorus that we're sad. And then repeat the chorus. But there was more space, more breath, more time to kind of observe that racism hurts. Poverty sucks. These are depressing things. And it's not so easy to keep your mind together when the world hates you. When the world is mean and uses excuses to be mean to you. It says you're mean. I should be mean to you because you're Latino. I should be mean to you because you're poor. What? And then you add on that people are mean to themselves. And this is where Chino comes in. Everybody's like, oh, you're such a good man. You're a good kid. You got a good future. Out of all of us, you're going to escape. You're going to rise. You're going to actually be rich. And he feels this great sadness because he's exalted into sainthood. But he sees how savage his people are being treated. And he wants to help, but he doesn't know how. Because they're like, no, not you. You don't get involved in the madness. You don't get involved in the gang. We help protect you. You don't protect us. Here's some gold lepidolite. This is so good for depression. And that's what I felt with Gino. And I never saw that this is a depressed person. Because when you see your people suffer, you suffer. And when they tell you you're good, you're better, you're going to go places, but you don't necessarily know what makes you good. Yeah, you're smart. You study. You go to class. You might have a few talents. But what makes you better as a person? What is your virtue? What is you beyond all the way society sees you? And that's rough. That's rough to find in this world. I'm talented. I'm funny. I'm smart. I get good grades. I got a boyfriend. But who am I beyond all that? You know? Who am I? What is my virtue? What do I have to offer? Am I a good person? Am I love? Am I love? Am I strength? Am I charity? Am I, listing off the virtues? And I felt like that was his depression. Who was he beyond the world that thought he was nothing because he was Puerto Rican? And the community, aka the Boricuas, the Latinos, that thought he was everything because he was a student and a future accountant, a future wealthy man. Who was he beyond them? What was his virtue? What was it that he could offer this world? And when you ask yourself what you can offer this world, I find that sometimes when we ask that question, or rather a lot of times, when we ask that question, it's because we don't know what we can offer ourselves. Like I hear a lot of people ask, what can I offer this world? But they never ask, what am I offering me? What am I giving me? And to see this good man break down at seeing his best friend die, at seeing his little sister, his best friend's little sister, go with the killer, at seeing his people be chased by cops, by jets, by racism, when all they want to do is live. No. dream. It's your human right to dream. And I want you to remember that. You have the right to dream. He breaks down. And he breaks down into the anger that feels so common as you watch the screen. So many people are angry. And in this world, so many people are angry. So many people are angry. And it's like, you ask yourself, I'm using a little bit of a selenite ring. You ask yourself, yes, I have the right to be angry. But don't I have the right to be happy? It's like we're programmed, set to have certain reactions. If something makes you angry, have anger. And the real question for Maria and Tony is, well, why can't I have love? Why can't I react to hate with love? Why can't I react to the things that make me angry with peace? Why can't I react to the things that make me sad with hope? Why can't I just be different? Why can't I just be better? You know, we're here fighting evil with evil, fighting prejudice with prejudice. Let's try love as a strategy. Let's try forgiveness. And the way that theme hit me as a Reiki master was fascinating, because it's what I preach. But a good movie makes you realize. A good movie makes you realize. Yeah. I loved that. It was magnetic, that epiphany. And I realized it through Chino, one of the last characters I thought would be so impactful to me. You know? But like Tony said, they fight so hard to stay in place because they don't think there's anywhere else to go. And he thought there was somewhere else to go. Everyone told him there was somewhere else to go, but he just didn't know why he should believe that and why he should believe he was the one to go. And when tragedy hit, he just lost that somewhere. He stopped believing in it. He never really did, but he couldn't even imagine it because he lost the person that told him he should imagine it for himself. Rita Moreno, they're giving her a lot of Oscar buzz. And oh my God, I'm so excited. If she wins that Oscar, I'll win that Oscar. Oscar, Oscar, Oscar. Putting that energy in the universe. Everybody with me. Rita Moreno wins her second Oscar. Rita Moreno wins her second Oscar. She plays Valentina Duck's widow. And she sings somewhere because, again, this movie is really new. New scenes, new visuals, new dialogues, new arrangements, new songs. Well, the songs are placed differently, which gives them different meaning. Like Valentina sings somewhere, and she sings it. It's this balance of heartbreak and heartwarming, because I'm going to do some Reiki plucking for this. I'm just going to pluck out all that hopelessness, all that negativity, so you could understand that there is somewhere else for you. And what makes her rendition so heartbreaking and heartwarming is that you realize forgiveness is the key. That was a big one. That was a big chord. Forgiveness is the key to moving on. Forgiveness is not about absolving someone of their guilt. It's about absolving them, absolving yourself of their pain. Because if there's two quotes that I think of that I invented from this movie is that you can be right in your anger, but you can't be righteous in it. And forgiveness is not about absolving someone of their guilt. It's about absolving yourself from their pain. And maybe that's why we choose anger over forgiveness. We really think we can decide and make someone pay. And part of our emptiness is that we realize what they took from us we'll never get back. Because others can heal you, but others can wound you, but only you can heal you. Remember that. And that's what sucks. That's why we get overprotective and we get jaded. We don't want anyone to hurt us. Because only we can heal ourselves. Only we can get ourselves back up. So when someone takes from us, it's like, oh, now I got to rebuild. Now I got to give myself another gift. And it has to be better and stronger and somehow smarter than you so that you don't take that. Or someone like you doesn't take that gift. Now I got to give myself another gift. Another healing. And it's like everybody carries each other's pain, which is what prejudice does. You're carrying someone else's pain by them making you believe you are the pain. And you become it because you carry their thoughts of you. But if someone is thinking negatively of you, it means they've stopped thinking positively of themselves. You have to hate yourself to hate others. You have to be hateful to hate. And it just starts with you. I mean, think about it. All prejudice is the belief that someone else took from you. And that you have to make them pay. By very definition, it's coming from a place of lack. And Valentina, Rita Moreno's rendition of Valentina, who won, she's the original Anita, for those who don't know. And she won an Oscar. And the only Latina, I believe, to ever win an Oscar. Crushed. Or at least an Oscar for in the Best Actress roles. What makes her so solid, so wise, so magnetic, making you magnetic. I'm gonna fluff your aura for this part. What makes her so magnetic is that you just feel like she doesn't have any inner lack. Like she doesn't feel she's missing. She's just disappointed that everyone else does. Everyone is coming from a place of I don't have. And she's like, I have enough. I am enough. And it made me rethink of how, our elders, especially in the Latino community, they're so important to us. They are the carriers of our wisdom, of our history, of moral guidance. And it's like, I understand why they get frustrated with us. Because when you're young, it's just so easy to feel not full, empty. You want more, but you don't believe you're enough. And they kind of, hopefully by their tender elder age, they've realized, well, I'm enough. More is great, but enough is better. When you're aiming for more, you're always reaching. When you're enough, you have. And that's how you gain more. By saying you have, you gain more. It attracts. It's like positivity attracts positivity. Hate attracts hate. Love attracts love. It really is a beautiful film. It's one of the best of 2021. I do believe it deserves at least a Best Picture nod because it made me rethink. It made me dream. It made me reimagine. And Rita Moreno gets the Oscar. We're putting that Rocky energy there. We are. Dusting all those bad vibes. So as I send you off with the lipid light, I hope that you love yourself. I hope that you forgive yourself. I hope that you forgive others. Anger, hate for yourself, hate for others, will not lead you to the love you want. It won't lead you to the dreams that you deserve to make reality. You deserve to see them. It just won't. I can't promise you that loving yourself will make others love you. It'll make good people love you. It'll make bad people hate you. You'll always have someone against you. But I think at the end of West Side Story, I asked myself, why do I have to be against me too? If the world is against me, why do I join in? Thanks, Gino. You taught me. You taught me. You taught me. Check out West Side Story, December 10th. Follow, subscribe for more ASMR movie reviews by me, D'Angelo Reviews, and check out DeAngeloReviewsItAll.com. Bye.